Seattle Sounders 0, Inter Miami 1. We're here with the lovely Atif. I mean, he's got the credentials on, but unfortunately, the Seattle Sounders couldn't do the business for us tonight. What was your thoughts on tonight's match?
Disappointing. I think a lot of fans had that feeling coming out of that great result against. The second leg itself maybe wasn't a great result, but being able to advance to the finals of the Champions League. I think a lot of fans were of the mindset that maybe we were going to do a big rotation tonight, and we did that, obviously. I did feel like it took a while for us to really get it going. I think it really, to me, it seemed like it was necessary for the Roldans to come into the game to really get something going, And then, it's unfortunate. You never like to lose, especially against a team that you should quote-unquote win. I don't like using phrases or terminology like that, but I think it's appropriate in this situation.
Yeah, I mean, Inter Miami as a team have one clean sheet this season, has only one win, which was their most recent game. They probably played their best against New England when Gonzalo Higuain wasn't playing, and tonight he wasn't as well, and they secured back-to-back wins. But for the Sounders, this has now been a very, very, excluding the CCL games, we take that out of it, it's been a very, very up and down season for the Sounders. Do you think we should be worried about it, or do you think, no, it's too early doors and there's still loads of time? Yes, there probably is, but what would you say to that?
I think there's still time. Quick disclaimer, I'm also a Manchester United fan, so I know what it's like to be miserable and disgusted with every minute of my life and being. So I'm not losing faith in the Sounders, though. I think time and time again they've shown me whenever I'm thinking about losing that faith as a fan. One of the cool things is I've been able to be in press conferences listening to Coach Schmetzer, and he has this aura about him. He really does have this aura about him, So I still have faith. I do think, unfortunately, I think it's going to take until after the Champions League final is over.
And that's something you did mention, actually, when we did one of our previews. Is after CCL, that's where I think we'll start seeing the true Sounders colors. So you would still say, you still stand by that. After CCL, that's when the Sounders will be themselves.
I think so. And Coach Schmetzer, he's made a point of saying that he doesn't buy into the philosophy or the school of thought that you can only focus on one competition and not the other. I like that, but it does feel that
the performances kind of say otherwise a little bit, to be honest.
They do. And I don't want to make it seem like I'm bashing the players or the coaches, but, as somebody who's at the press conferences, you hear one thing, but then you see another thing. It really does make you think twice, Yeah. So,
I mean, was there any silver lining for you in tonight's match? Do you think, hey, maybe this player had a man-of-the-match performance? Someone I do want to point out, I think Javier Arriaga actually had a really good game tonight. I think he really stepped up out of any player on the field today, and I think he really had a performance where, I can be a leader for this team when needed.
Yeah, I was really impressed with them, too. I also liked Sissoko, especially on that one play when he tracked that Miami player down, and then he won the
weirdly enough, the defense actually played well outside of conceding the goal. I feel like AB and Javier actually played really well together. They made a lot of clutch moments, but I feel like once it hit that progression to the offense is where everything slowed down. I think Danny and Josh actually bossed the midfield really well. I think the defense actually held things down really well, but then when it came to the offense, when it came to Will, to Freddie, or to Leao, it just seemed like not those three guys were on the same page.
Yeah, I got that sense too, and I think that's why when we saw Christian and Alex Roldan come into the game, I feel like that's where I got the feeling like, oh yeah, I'm watching the Sounders play right now, Yeah. Instead of just seeing something that, that is decent, but it's not as good as what we've known the Sounders to be able to do every single week whenever they step onto a pitch.
Yeah. What are you hoping for? I mean, Matias Almeida just got sacked by San Jose. That's who we play next week. I mean, What are you hoping for in that game?
I'm really just hoping for... It's funny, I'm thinking back to the game last year against San Jose, the game where Stefan Frei was injured, and I don't want to jinx it. I just feel like we have a really bad run of luck when it comes to playing in San Jose, because I think Roman Torres in the past, he was hurt there, Stefan Frei last year. What I really want to see is, a good overall team performance. 3 points is always what I like to see.
I think it's needed in this game. It has to be. I understand that they will have a new manager bounce, but against San Jose, that's the last. The team is in dead last place. I mean, we have to surely be banking on 3 points there.
Yeah, and then like you said, they're gonna, it's their first game without who was their current coach for several seasons. So, yeah, I think the Sounders. And I'm optimistic that they'll rise up to the occasion. And they'll get a result, get the 3 points, and then hopefully we can go into the first leg against Pumas ready to go.